Hi, my name is Jeremiah. If you're just tuning in, I will read the disclaimer before I ever get started. This video or this live is for informational purposes only. Viewing is informational purposes only. It's not intended to be a substitute, professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your therapist, counselor, or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may regard to your medical condition or mental health issue. Never disregard professional advice or delay it in seeking because of something you've heard or read during this YouTube live viewing or video. Participation in this YouTube live does not establish a professional client relationship. Hi, hello, my name's Jeremiah. You're like, my God, what's a Jeremiah? Well, I'm an anger management specialist, a health and wellness coach, and a CPR and first aid instructor for Red Nose Wellness, which, if you've seen the thumbnail, Red Nose Wellness. Red Nose Wellness is a company based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I every so often try to provide some type of anger management for free. I actually do a lot of anger management for free for different individuals. So if you have a question regarding anger management, just send me a message in the comment and I will try my best to answer it. So like I said, disclaimer is there and we'll go from there. But until then, I'm just going to be stuck in this little box. I'm box ridden. I'm box stuck. No. You ain't stuck. You're only as stuck as you tell yourself you're stuck. And if you tell yourself you're stuck, then I guess, well, by technical means, you're stuck. So, my goodness. But if you have any questions, just let me know. Hi, I've got a question. I'll be, what? So. Oh, there's hearts. One viewer. Hi, hello. Whomever is watching. What anger management questions may you or may you not have? Or, your friends swim. Anyone can ever use the abbreviation of swim. Someone who is not me. Swim. Swim. Oh, I cracked myself up. My goodness. If you're just tuning in, I'm an anger management specialist answering any of your common anger situations or how to de-escalate yourself. That's another big one. Every time someone says anger management, a lot of the times it's, well, I want you to take my anger away. It's like, you can't take someone's anger away, but you can manage it. There is a difference there. There's no, hello, hi. There's no magic button to ever get rid of your anger. There's, I guess, ideologies and thoughts that you can have that you can repurpose your anger and realize that there's a lot more to it. But if you have anger or know someone that has angers and you have any question, just let me know. Or if you want to know how to de-escalate a very stressful situation, because right now we're in a very weird, stressful time of society where everyone's right and nobody's wrong. Ooh. And just so I don't fake you out, I am the most angriest person that I think I've ever met. But then again, that's subjective to yourself. But I hope that you're having a marvelous Monday. I hope that you're having a superly duperly awesome, amazing, fabulously, super greatly, phenomenally spectacular Monday. Boom! Take that to the bank, Mom! Am I like this all the time? Yes, I am like this all the time. But my goodness. Like I said, my name's Jeremiah. I'm an anger management specialist, a health and wellness coach, and a CPR and first aid trainer through Red Nose Wellness. So, Red Nose Wellness. And yes, I do is ready? Boom, baby! What? You're like, where's the message? Yeah. It's a real thing. I do it. Hello. Square Bodies Torque. Square Bodies Torque. That's an interesting name. But if you have any questions, just let me know. Towards anger, towards conflicting situations, any ideas or any clarifications you need on anger, conflict. Hello, hi. Hello there. But I love it. I love teaching. There's some hearts. Well, hello, hearts. I'm laughing fingers. Oh my goodness. But no, I love anger. I love talking about anger. I love that whole the whole subject because it's funny. With my company, I do and celebrations. Celebrate and some hearts. Someone's going crazy on those emojis. No, it's funny. So I teach anger management, I teach health and wellness coaching, and then I also teach CPR and first aid training. So it's funny because all three categories actually integrate with itself. So anger is like that personal passion that you have inside yourself. And then once you deal with that, you can start dealing with the other 8 dimensions of wellness, which people I don't think typically know the whole how many that there's dimensions of wellness. If you want me to expand on that and to talk about health and wellness, I'm more than happy to do that as well. And then how when you work on your anger, you can actually work on your health and wellness. And then once you work on your health and wellness, that's where I like to teach the CPR and the first aid, because you can go from helping yourself to learning how to help and save others. And I love it! I love it! So right now I am on YouTube and I'm on a few other platforms. So I'm checking all my different ones. Now, since I did bring up health and wellness, I'll go ahead and spew them. There's emotional, there's spiritual, intellectual, physical, environmental, financial, occupational, and social. And so, a lot of the things that I do is I will actually I'll talk about anger, how to de-escalate situations, help other people. So a lot of the times it's stressful situations in family, dynamics, and how can they have a very conflicting conversation with their mom or their dad or even with their children, but not let it spiral out of control where everyone's yelling at each other. So a lot of the times people don't realize that there are people like myself and a lot of other really great people that will help you figure out ways to approach stressful situations where you don't look like the villain and everyone kind of continues to talk. Well, after I do that, another things I like to talk about is the whole 8 dimensions of wellness, because they kind of all integrate themselves into everyone's life, whether you like it or not. So, for example, you're emotional, so coping effectively with life and creating satisfying relationships. Spiritual, developing a sense of connection and belonging. Intellectual, engaging in lifelong learning and personal growth. Physical, maintaining a healthy body through exercise, nutrition, and self-care. Environmental, creating a safe and supportive living and working environment. Financial, satisfaction with current and future financial situations. Occupational, personal satisfaction, and enrichment from one's work. And then social, having a well-developed support system and social connections. And it's a lot of the times, if one of those of the 8 dimensions lacking, then the rest of the dimensions are also lacking. And a lot of the times, whenever one of those is lacking, that's where anger actually comes in, because anger is that secondary emotion that's what is actually causing that anger to erupt in the first place. So it's crazy. I love doing this. I love actually doing live bits on YouTube. Small interactions absolutely make the day go a lot faster. And this is my way of being able to provide anger management for those who cannot afford it always. And so I tell a lot of different people that I meet that if they can't afford it, that I do let YouTube lives. That way they can connect. And if they do have hey, well, wait, what about this? So for example, around Christmas time, you have a lot of family interactions. Easter's coming up, birthdays, family functions of whatever sort, and you can't get along with your uncle or your cousin or your mom or your dad, and every time that you guys talk, there's always some type of fighting, there's some type of bickering. How do you deal with that? And how do you deal with not really liking someone, but you're forced to be around that person, like a coworker or a neighbor or some lady you have to sit by on the bus until, every freaking morning until you either save up for a car, you can provide insurance, or you find a different job so you don't have to do the same mundane routine. Things like that. Hell, I can talk a lot. I'm just realizing how much I can actually talk, which is absolutely funny because I don't think I'll shut up just once. Okay, I'll shut up a few times. If you're new and you're watching this and this might seem interesting to you, if you don't mind, just subscribe. I'm really kind of curious of how many subscribers I can get with just asking. I used to be actually very and I still am. I'm still very. I don't like asking people to subscribe. Like, if you want to, cool. But if you don't, then cool. Well, let me do this then. In the meantime. I'm going to read fun facts. I'm going to read fun facts about anger and health and wellness. If you guys would ever be so kind, just send me a message if you, or comment if you have a question. But anger and the fight or flight response. When you're angry, your body activates the fight or flight response, releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This boosts your heart rate and blood pressure, preparing you to handle a perceived threat. This also puts strain on your cardiovascular system if anger becomes chronic. Now, this is the really cool part, is that adrenaline and the cortisol actually comes from your hippocampus, which is also from your medulla oblongata. If you've ever watched Waterboy, that's actually what they were talking about. There is a whole complex system of what really actually gives us that fight or flight. Our physiological state as human beings is absolutely beautiful. It's a very well-designed system. And it's funny because you can actually reduce a lot of your anger. So, which leads me to the next one. Suppressive anger can affect health. Bottling up anger can lead to physical symptoms like headaches, digestive issues, and even weakened immune systems. Emotional suppression is linked to higher stress levels, which impact overall wellness. Now, if you think about it's a coffee cup, but if you think of like a soda, right? Hello, William. My goodness. If you think of a soda can and you shake it up, right? And you are the soda can. I know it's a coffee cup, but bear with me. And there's a lot of suppression, there's a lot of carbonation in it, and you shake it up. It's like, that is going to take a damper on your internal systems. This is going to take a damper on your immune system, your physiological state, because it creates that pressure. Now, a lot of the times, high blood pressure does have to do with early deaths linked to cardiovascular failure due to stress, and you're stressing all your wonderful organs, and you guys don't care about that. Maybe a few people do, but I can get into the physiological and the biological state of being, especially when it comes to anger, like any day. I love it. I love actually talking about the internal system because you can't talk about the external system until talking about the internal system, which is why it goes on to next 3. See what I did there? Where the anger management and the health and wellness actually correlate themselves. But healthy outlets for anger, channeling anger constructively, like exercising, meditating, or taking it out. Talking it out can reduce stress, improve emotional wellness. Physical activity in particular helps dissipate the energy that anger brings. Now, here's a really freaking cool thing. Go chop some wood. If you have the availability and you're really angry and you're kind of, disclaimer at the very beginning, safe with an axe, go chop some wood. Now, there are some individuals and therapists and mental health professionals that will absolutely disagree with like rage rooms, but I'm really curious if they've ever come to terms that they also have anger, because it's not for everyone, but in significant amount of people that I talk to, sometimes they just got to get it out, which actually does lead to that physical activity. And sometimes, you know, maybe get a punching bag and just punch it out, punch it out. Now, you're like, Jeremiah, I live in an apartment or a small hole in the world. How can I? Well, you can get a freaking punching bag. Just don't ever punch it that way. But you can. It's not how you punch. But yeah, you can get a desk punching bag, and you can just quite literally get it out. And the best part is it suction cups. Hi, Jana, my goodness, I'm talking about anger. And I have a punching bag. But best thing is it suctions on the desk. It's not going anywhere. What? I lied. It went that way. No. Obviously, you hold it with one hand. But no, there is healthy outlets of anger. Sometimes you can, I've actually suggested this before, you can write a note to yourself. And you can tell yourself how shitty of a person you are. And you can burn that shit because you don't even want to hear it. Or you can write a really wonderful letter to yourself of the whom you wish you are to be in the future. And then you can burn it. Because nobody needs to read that shit. Just saying. Or you can find someone like myself or a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I'd go for like the lowest bidder. Because a lot of the times you just need someone to shut up and just listen. Now for me, I don't shut up often. So when people, hello! A lot of the times when people actually come talk to me, I'm more of like, do you want solutions? Like, do you want to understand your anger, where your anger is coming from the physiological state or from that emotional state, a hippocampus? Like, do you want some methods of how you don't have to get a felony next time you piss off someone or someone pisses off you? A lot of times therapists will just, you know, they've been trained to shut the fuck up and listen. And me, I'm like, nah. Like, you paid me to help you figure this out. Let's figure it out together. Obviously, I'm being a little uncanny and unhinged when it comes to talking about anger, but I think a lot of the times whenever you have a conversation, especially when it comes to anger, you should be absolutely fucking honest. Like, if things suck and it pisses you off, you should be like, that fucking sucks, and I hate that, or whatever, get the fuck out. Like, just get it out, and then once you get it out, it's like, okay, how do I not explode on my mom whenever she says X, Y, Z, or when I go to work and I have that coworker that is always trying to one-up me? How do I not just explode and hit him with my freaking car because I want to? Well, that's where I come in, and I'm like, oh, well, there you go. So, that being said, number 4, anger can be a motivator. What? Alright, so while often viewed negatively, anger can sometimes propel people towards positive change, like addressing injustice or advocating for themselves. It's a matter of how you harness that emotion. Now, there is a difference between aggression and assertiveness. Now, if you come up to me and you disrespect me, I could be like, you will not disrespect me! Or I could say, hey, I do not appreciate you talking to me that way, and I'm not going to allow you to talk. There are a difference between the two. One, I am physically letting you get the best of me, and 2, I'm creating a boundary, and I'm going, you know what? Whoop, that is my boundary. You will not cross it. Because you will not like me if I get angry. And then you walk the fuck away. A lot of the solutions to a lot of your anger is it's like Medea says, oh, hey, honey, sometimes you just gotta let them go. Just let those people go. They're like seasons on the trees. They're like the leaves on the trees and the seasons of change. You just gotta let them go, honey. Just let them go. That's my best Medea accent right now. You can do like 25 different accents. Medea's gonna be my 26th. It's either that or it's gonna be Kermit, but I haven't figured out Kermit very well. And a lot of people tell me, you should do Kermit. Oh, well. See, I'm trying here. I'm trying here. Okay, I never said I was good at accents. All right, so to whom is ever listening or watching out there into the internet sphere, If you have any questions towards anger or health and wellness, just let me know. Like, send me a message. How do you deal with XYZ? Or, hey, hypothetically, my friend Swim, which if you didn't know is someone who is not me, that's Swim. My friend Swim is experiencing this situation, and how would the best approach be that I don't end up with hitting my car, getting a felony, or XYZ? Number 6, while I'm waiting for your answer. Number 6, laughter as a remedy. If you're feeling angry, a good laugh can reduce tension. Laughter can be shown to lower stress hormone levels and improve moods. It's like the emotional reset button. You stupid dumb fuck, I hate you. I'm gonna beat you with my keyboard. I'm kidding. No. You can laugh it out. Actually, a lot of the times, that's where my red nose comes in, and it's like, why did the chicken cross the road? Jeremiah, I've heard it before. Tell me, why did the chicken cross the road? Why? Because! Okay, fine. I'll go to the next one. Number 7, cultural variations in anger. How anger is expressed and managed varies across cultures. For instance, some cultures may encourage direct expression, while others might promote indirect or controlled responses, which is absolutely freaking true. And it's funny because you never really realize it, especially outside of your own cultural experience, or being an outsider viewing into someone's cultural premises. Everybody handles anger differently. Sometimes people pack it, sometimes people express it, sometimes people manage it, and sometimes they do like this weird dance in between both. Whenever it comes to anger, nobody wants to talk about it, and nobody wants to have those uncomfortable conversations. Like, it took me quite a while to actually like throw myself into conflict resolution, but it's funny because there's not one conflict that I can think of that someone goes, you know, I'm going to deal with conflict today. Yeah, whenever conflict comes my way, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be the first on the scene so I can de-escalate it. A lot of the times it goes, shit, there's something going on here. I'm just taking the scene, so, okay. Oh, they saw me. Hi, hello. How can I help you? And you're like holding on to your chair. Don't ask me difficult questions that I might not have the most positive response for, and I might disappoint you. Because let's be serious and honest and sincere, we just don't want to be a disappointment to others like we probably felt or feel like we are or were towards our parents, which is probably not true. Parents just didn't have the best way of showing their unconditional love towards us. But hey, trauma! Alright, so halfway through, we're at the 23 mark. Where did my freaking disclaimer go? There's my disclaimer. Disclaimer. The information provided during this YouTube live viewing is for informational purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your therapist, counselor, or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or mental health issue. Never disregard professional advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard or read during this YouTube live viewing. Participation in this YouTube live does not establish a professional-client relationship. How'd I do? I'm on a roll, baby! Oh, yeah! Now, if you have any anger, health and wellness, or CPR and first aid questions, just send me a comment. Send me a comment, and I'd love to answer you. Dang, great. Thank you, Jana. Good to see you. Jana, do you have any questions about anger, or you're just enjoying the show? It's like William, like just in the background. He's like, I'm hunting rabbits. Actually, since I already mentioned wellness and the 8 dimensions of wellness, intellectual focuses on opening our minds to new ideas and experiences. These ideas and experiences can be applied to individual pursuits as well as shared as a broader groups to contribute to determinant of our communities. This component inspires us all to be lifelong learners, which I 100% believe that if you believe that there's nothing left to learn, you are the dumbest person on the planet. But if you realize and recognize that there will always be something more to learn, then you are one of the smartest, greatest people on the planet. I'd rather prefer to always deal with people that realize that you will never ever know anything. And if you feel like you know everything, then I really would rather not associate myself with you, because the conversations get really boring and you become very narcissistic very quickly, and I would rather take a nap or eat a PB&J or do YouTube Live, because I can't. I just can't, you hear me? I just can't do it. Emotional wellness. People who are emotionally well have fewer negative emotions and tend to bounce back from difficulties faster. They are able to maintain positive emotions longer and appreciate the good aspects of their lives more fully. Now, when I worked in community mental health, that was my absolute number one go-to mac and cheese topic. And I never ever called it emotional wellness. I called it, how are you? And how are you really? And let's go get a Sonic slushie, like a blue raspberry lemonade, frozen. Wonderful suggestion. Strawberry lemonade frozen from Sonic, or a blue raspberry strawberry lemonade, like a bit of a suicide. Amazing. Great. And how are you? But people with more of an emotional saying, hey, like, that sucks. And what do you need right now to be okay? Was like my mac and cheese, and I love it. So now I just made a company of that's where I do. Occupational wellness focuses on exploring career options and employment opportunities that you enjoy and encourage personal growth. Our attitude about work is critical in our overall mental wellness. Feeling unhappy or unsatisfied in our occupation can have a significant impact on our wellness as all. Now, I have a friend named Swim, that Swim is on the verge of creating his own LLC. And I feel fulfilled any way, shape, or form that I can help with my friend Swim figuring out how to navigate through that LLC. Not because I want anything in return, but because it makes me feel fulfilled that I'm able to help someone do that. That's my most selfish answer ever, because it makes me feel good. It's why we hold doors open for people. It's why we give other people compliments, is because I want you to view me as a good person, because deep down, a lot of the times I don't feel like I'm a great person. And you do that enough and we start saying, nah, if I'm talking to you, I feel like you're a good person. You haven't given me a reason not to. You haven't given me a reason not to believe that you're the best you possible, until you do. And then I just kind of quietly disappear, because I realized that you're not ready for the positivity and the change. It's wild. Environmental wellness refers to our relationship with our physical surroundings. It includes interacting with and being respectful of nature. It also focuses on treating other individuals with respect and acceptance, which, if anyone that knew me when I worked in community mental health, this sums me up. Why? Because I live and breathe as much as I can trying to be well. And the only way you can be well is helping other people get well. Next thing you know, you have a well world. Well, isn't that interesting? Financial wellness supports our overall mental well-being. This attitude focuses on managing your personal finances and ensures you are positioned for the future. Effectively managing your finances contributes to reduction to day-to-day stressors. Now, money does not make you happy, but money makes it very easier to be able to do the things that you love to do, which is where it reduces your stress. Now, whenever you can't pay a bill or you don't have enough money to pay for, like, let's say your kids' pictures or their sports or whatever it may be, then obviously that's going to not make you feel the greatest. Now, there are resources out there that nobody ever tells you about and you're just expected to know, which is very weird. Like, why don't we just have a community website that says, these are all the resources, and then it allows other companies to say, well, we offer this, and have a dedicated website that just takes that information and consolidates it into one place. If you're looking to make a business, that would be a killing of a business. Cultural wellness. The cultural aspect of mental wellness focuses on being aware of what is happening now in the present, including what is going on inside of you and around you. It includes our values, our beliefs, our personal ethics, and our spirituality that define us as a person, which is absolutely necessary. Physical wellness is a key attribute to mental wellness. Eating, exercise, and sleep are all components of physical wellness, and improvement in these areas helps people deal with stressors in their day-to-day lives and allows them to be more positive, or them a more positive perspective. Now, I'm never one to tell someone to go work out and work on their physical wellness. Obviously, I'm still working on it. But I'm not going to shame someone that says, you know what, I'd really like to lose XYZ and I'd like to I want to feel better and I want to look better. And that's the best part of where I am mentally, physically, spiritually, all the wellness is that, okay, we have a session we can actually walk around my business complex, and I love that. I don't want to. I don't either. We can just sit inside and look at my wonderful projector, and you're like, what are you talking about? I got challenges. That's a real thing. Not this thing. That's a projection. But during the sessions with me, I do play a projector of, you want to go to Thailand? Let's go to Thailand. I have no problem. What? And then the last one is social wellness. So social connections may help protect health and lengthen lives linked to others. Others can have a powerful effect on your health. There are many ways to engaging others and building positive relationships. Right, thank you, Jana. I think so too. Could you imagine talking about anger and this is what you're like in front of? In with the fresh air, out with the bullshit. It's all bullshit. I actually have a few people that they told me they couldn't afford to go to anger management, and so I told them about this YouTube Live, and I give them kind of the times and the dates. I'm going to make this a regular thing because I like it. I really do. I think that it's really cool and really neat that I'm able to do this, to provide this, even though it's a YouTube Live. No, if this was one of your questions, it's not going to affect Terrific Tuesday. Tomorrow's Terrific Tuesday, which is going to be on the same channel if you're watching, is going to be a very, very interesting, fantastic, spectacular, Terrific Tuesday. How's your day? How are you? How are you faring through this weather? Are you ready for the wonderful storms that are come to be in Oklahoma? If you're not from Oklahoma, where are you from? Or are you guys just enjoying the show of a Jeremiah going 90 to nothing? ask me questions, asking me questions, ask me questions, ask me. I do, don't I? Oh my God. Okay, stop it. I have my first aid mannequins that are down below. I'm like, oh, laughing faces. Oh my God. Okay, can't find it. Alright then. You know what's funny? Actually, like, pretty hilarious. I have actually lost 20 pounds. I was 269. Now I am 248 last time I went to the doctor. So my goal is to get down to 200. It's like, well, what have I done? I have stopped drinking soda. I think the last, can we see? Oh, can we see the dumpkins? Yeah. I have stopped drinking soda as much as possible. I did have a Pepsi the other day. I'm drinking coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed or any cigarettes or vapes or anything of the sort. I used to, but I don't anymore. Actually, I used to do a lot more than just drink and smoke weed. His name's Tony. Actually, since we're all here, I'll actually show you something really cool. So with Tony, this is my CPR dumbkin. If you ever have to perform CPR on someone and you're like, well, I kind of know, right? And a lot of the times you can say the technical terms of between the pectoral muscles, which is the sternum right here, right? Easiest way to remember where to put your hands, because a lot of the times if you're freaking out and there's a stressful situation, it is actually really hard to remember some of the basic steps. Now, one of the cool things that you can do is you can go on your app store, Google, and on iPhone, you can download the Red Cross app. They have a Red Cross first aid app, and it actually goes through all of this, and you can actually go through the training free of cost and learn a lot of the methods. A lot of the times people discourage anyone saying that because they feel like it takes away from their business, which I think is absolutely ludicrous, because the Red Cross provides it for free, which is awesome, especially if you can't afford training. But if you want to remember, if you have like a cardiovascular, you have a heart attack, right? Take the palm of your hand and place it right here. You're like, okay, Jeremiah, obviously. Well, do you know why his name is Tony? Iron Man. Where is the Stark reactor on Iron Man? Right here. Put the palm of your hand right there. That's where. If anyone ever has a heart attack with you, what you do is, first off, you put the palm of your hand on the pectoral muscle, which is also the Stark reactor. And what you want to do is obviously have them laying flat, and I'll just stand up and do it. Hold on, every time I do CPR, you have to take off your rings, and because they can actually hurt your fingers. If it's an emergency, obviously I'm not going to take the time, but this is Tony. Let me move my keyboard. You guys came for anger management, and you're getting CPR lessons. So pectoral muscles, right, in between the pecs. You want to make sure, hey, nope, he's not breathing, right? There's no movement in the chest. The palm of your hand on the Stark reactor. Interlace. You want to lock your elbows. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So I don't know if I can do that on the chair to kind of give you a better representation, right? Obviously, I'm modifying it. So, Tony's unresponsive, obviously, because I'm a Tomakin. palm of your hand, pectoral muscles. You want to make sure they don't have a heart rate and or a heartbeat and they're not breathing. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. You can do all the way to 30. A lot of times, yes, William, they do staying alive, staying alive. I have had to do chest compressions several times in real life, and I am telling you, nobody ever in my life has ever sang while doing chest compressions. But do you know what I do here? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. That is actually in between 100 to 120 beats per minute, which is what you're needing whenever you're doing chest compressions in real life. Now, here are some disclaimers. You want to be aware that you might hear breaking of the bones of the ribs. Keep going. You might see blood come from their mouth, their nose, or their ears. Keep going. What? Keep going, because that's natural. What you're trying to do is keep the flow of blood from the heart to the brain. And if you're doing chest compressions, what happens? You have nosebleeds and there's a lot of blood vessels everywhere. But what you want to do is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, all the way to 30. And then at 30, you want to go ahead and check if it's just chest compressions only, so you don't have to do breath to breath, because the most important part is to make sure that you are continuously in that blood. No breath coming from. I don't hear, I don't see. I feel that they still are resuscitated. Go back to 1 and 2 and 3. They call the 2 to 30 ratio. 2 breaths, 30 chest compressions. Rinse, wash, and repeat. Call 911. Now, do not ever base what I just showed you on how I teach my classes. This is just the rendition of small little basic steps. I know it's not probably the best, and if you're an instructor, you're probably like seething at me, but look, it's a YouTube live and I was supposed to talk about anger, but I was trying to show Jana and William and whomever's watching Tony. So I hope that helps, Jana. I don't know if you were meaning, can we see like Tony and the demonstrations of Tony, or if you're just, I don't know. I hope it helps. Do you have any questions, Jana or William or whomever else is watching? I love teaching about all of it. I love teaching about anger. I love teaching about conflict resolution. I love teaching about health and wellness, and I love teaching about CPR and first aid, because they're all like small little tools that I feel like I'm making a contribution to our society. And not really, at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to provide. Isn't that right, Tony? He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. He's okay. Hi, Tony. Are you mad at me? I just hit my elbow. Gosh. Hello? Uncanny Valley. Uncanny Valley effect. Hello? Are you there? Meow. Meow, are you there? I need to get him a shirt. I'm gonna get him a shirt. What is that? How's that sound? You want a shirt? It's a little cool in here. It's a little chilly. Craziness. All right. Do you guys have any questions, comments, gripes, complaints? Are you guys just enjoying the show? Go ahead, Tony. Oh my God, Tony, stop it. Tony, stop it, Tony. I'm telling you guys, Tony is just wild. He's a wild cat, that Tony is. All right, well, where is it? Hold on. Watch this.
Hello.
Hi, William. Do you have any questions?
Questions. I don't know.
Did you not just watch me do CPR on YouTube live?
I seen you do a series, anger management series.
You totally
CPR.
missed me doing CPR on Tony.
Yes, I must have.
Breaking my freaking heart. That's fine. It's fine. I'm angry at you now.
That was good, though. You kind of took me by surprise doing the anger management today, but that's...
I'm still doing it. You're on YouTube Live right now.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Well.
Well, hello, everybody, now that I kind of believe that.
You're wonderful, William. I thought you'd like the CPR lesson, but you know what? It's cool. Jana enjoyed it.
I will.
It's cool.
I will actually go back later this evening just because you said there's a CPR on Tony.
Hey, I'm just saying.
And watch that, but what I will say, I love the miniature punching bag.
I'm telling you, actually, I love it too.
It's cheaper to beat up the punching bag than it is to catch a charge.
100%. But I'm going to get back to it. You're wonderful, William. Stay fantastic, and thank you for being you.
Yep, and we'll see everybody tomorrow on Terrific Tuesday.
Terrific Tuesday.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
That was William, everybody. My goodness. Jana, at least my heart's full. I know that you're watching, Jana. It's funny. So whenever it comes to actually doing YouTube lives, I always find it like very weird and very odd about talking to a camera and you don't fully have a full conversation with whomever is watching on the other side. I know I'm breaking the fourth wall. I break the fourth wall often. I just still think it's weird. And then you have like YouTube influencers that they are 100% okay with talking to themselves 100% of the time. And a lot of the content is just fake. It's phony. It's false. It's a falsehood. And every time I go live, I just like post a YouTube video, I'm like, I'm not thinking about a million different views. I'm just thinking, is this going to help anyone? Is any of this information really going to reach out to, well, whomever might need it? The whole reason I want to actually provide anger management for free as much as I can on YouTube Live or just a live platform is because some people can't afford that. Some people can't afford just basic necessities like how to control their anger, how to control their conflict. And that is why I actually leave the caveat of saying your friends swim. If you say, my friends swim is experience XYZ, nobody, and I mean nobody, knows if you're talking about you, or you're actually talking about some friend named Swim, or you're talking about someone who is not you, but is actually still not you, and is actually another friend. And then you're like, how do I deal with this situation? My favorite topic is a lot of the times parents that are trying to reconnect with their children that they feel that they may have lost in the past their cool, or they continue to lose their cool with their children, and how to talk with them efficiently to where it doesn't blow up into some big like mess. Which is actually kind of really sweet if you really think about it, because like that means that they're trying. So, with all of that said, I am going to do this. And boom. So, it's a nice little red aura. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this YouTube Live. Thank you for being you, whomever's watching. Very nice to see you, Jana. I will be doing a Terrific Tuesday tomorrow. William, if you actually watch this in the future, complete shutdown now. Complete shutdown? What do you mean shutdown? Wait, shutdown from you or shutdown from complete shutdown now? What do you mean, Jana? Oh, or did you mean like I'm... No, I have to clarify. What do you mean by complete shutdown? Me, us. This. You're talking about this whole ordeal? I'll be back tomorrow, my goodness. And Jana, you have my number, so if you ever need anything, you're more than welcome to... Do you have my number? I think you do. If not, send me a message, and I'll get. I don't have my work number anymore because I'm not there anymore. Well, if you need it, just let me know. But complete shutdown now. But I think you're wonderful, Jana, and hopefully I will see you on Terrific, or I'll see. Hopefully you'll tune in tomorrow for a Terrific Tuesday. Tomorrow's going to be very interesting. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and thank you for being you and your wonderful soul. And I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow for Terrific Tuesday at 8 o'clock. It'll be 8 to 9 here on this channel. So, yeah. Thank you for being you. Have a superly, duperly, awesomely, amazingly, fabulously, superly, great, phenomenally, spectacular day. All right. I'm outie like a scouty.